Well, Roy, a big congratulations on signing your first professional contract with Newport County AFC. Can you just sum up how you're feeling?
Well, not really. To be growing up in Newport and then obviously coming to all the games, season ticket holder, and then managing to get a scholar and getting my debut and now becoming a professional at the club was just a dream.
It must be extra special, as you've touched on, because you've watched on from the sidelines and now you've got a chance to go out there on the pitch.
Well, yeah, I used to come here with my dad every Saturday, watch the games, and then I've always just dreamed of playing, and then I managed to obviously, when I was in a scholar, get up and play with the first team, and it was just surreal. I remember one of my coaches saying to me, just stop looking at them like stars or whatever, just play and you're one of them, so it was just surreal.
And was that which gave you inspiration to kick on and try and make a claim to get in the first team after watching them for so many years?
Well, yeah, I've always wanted to be a professional footballer, and just coming here every Saturday watching them and just give me that extra boost. I just wanted to play for Newport.
And it must be a real proud moment for all your family as well to know that you've been handed your first professional contract at the club, your hometown club, and a club which you've supported for many years as well.
Yeah, it's been a long 2 years, obviously all coming up to this, the pro decision, and then when I got it, they were so happy for me and they supported me the whole way through, and it's just really nice to see how happy they are for me as well.
Can you just talk me through when you first found out that you were going to be handed your first professional contract at the club and what the feeling was like?
Well, we come here, and we managed to sit down in the room, and then they started talking, and I was just like, oh, can you please just tell me what's happened, because I was just so nervous. I was thinking about it for days, and then they told me, and I was just like, I asked them again. I was like, "You're being serious?" And then they just laughed, and I was just over the moon. I couldn't stop smiling. Even asked Damien, it was just, I couldn't stop smiling for days.
And it was probably more relief than anything, was it, if you said you were nervous before you'd got into the meeting?
Oh, I'd been nervous for 6 months, just to that date, just worrying, trying to obviously play as well as I can to get it, and then it's just off my shoulders. I was just so happy.
And let's just touch on your experience so far. You made your professional debut 2 seasons ago in the EFL Trophy. What was that moment like for you?
Well, I found out a day before, I think, and I was just on the phone with my parents, ringing them, and then we came to the game, and I didn't know if I was going to play, because obviously it's the first time I've been called up, and then the gaffer said I was going to be getting 70 minutes. So I was just I was nervous, I was excited, I just want to get it there, and then I got on and I managed to get a goal, and there's a picture, and you can just see on my face all the emotion of how happy I am, and just, it was crazy.
And you obviously become the youngest player to score for the club against West Ham. That was must have been another proud moment as well.
Yeah, well, I didn't know for 6 months. Danny Elliott told me. He was like, "Oh, I've looked into it because I knew you'd be young. You were young when you scored," and he told me, and then I was just like, "Oh, it's crazy." And I was telling my mates, and some of them didn't believe me, and they had to look it up for themselves.
And to hold that record at a club which you've supported for such a long time must be a special moment for your family as well.
Well, yeah, you always dream of, as a footballer, going up, doing well for your team and setting records and things like that, and then on my first appearance to score and then get a record is just crazy, and I'm so happy.
Let's just touch on the contract itself. You're going to be going up to the first team, but there are some familiar faces who will be joining you with Joe Woodowis and Lewis Twamley as well. That must give you confidence that the manager's seen something in all three of you to be going up to the first team.
Yeah, he's always had confidence in me, obviously giving me, when I was 2 months into my scholar, and then giving me 70 minutes, and I've been playing with Lewis and Woody for ages, so it's I probably speak to them more than I speak to my mates. I've been with them for 7 years, so it's just crazy.
It must be nice to have some familiar faces around you as well to be going up to the first team with those two in particular.
Yeah, I'll probably be nervous going on my first day, but having them there, and it should help. And obviously I'd be dreaming to go out there, all of us starting in a League 2 game.
And you've trained with the first team as well quite a few times, so it must be handy that you know all the layout as well.
Yeah, when you step up from the youth to the first team, you can feel the difference. So I'm glad that I've been asked to go up there before, and I know the ins and outs, and I'll be ready to go in for pre-season.
Just touching on the academy itself, in terms of your development, how important have they been in the progression that you've made since you've been with the academy?
And I couldn't have asked for more. They're always on to you, and they're always trying to make you better. They're very one-to-one as well. So I've had a few ups and downs through the scholarship, and I've always been supported. They've just been really, really good to me.
And just touching on the pathway, probably a great example to use somebody like Lewis Collins, who's been in the academy, he's worked hard, he's got his chance in the first team, and last season he proved that he could do it in League Two. So that must give you confidence that you and the other two lads who are joining you can get minutes out on the pitch in the first team.
Yeah, well, I've been obviously training with him and watching him. I've played with him before, and it's good to see that a young person who has come through the academy can step up into the first team. So, and we also went to primary school and high school together, so I know Lewis quite well. So.
And that must be helpful as well. Obviously, you've got the two other lads with you, but if you know a few other players as well, that must be handy.
Yeah, it's nice to obviously go into the dressing room and have friendly faces there. It just makes it a little bit easier.
Let's just touch on last season, 11 goals and 10 assists for you, so it was quite a successful season, and hopefully you can take that into the upcoming season now.
Yeah, in my first season I was performing well, but I wasn't quite getting the goals and assists, so the coaches gave me a target to hit, and I think that really just inspired me, because every single game obviously I was wanting to score a goal anyway, but when they were saying you need to hit this target, so I was just going out there and it seemed to just click into place.
And last season obviously made quite a few appearances in the cup competition, but your mum and dad couldn't be here for them, but hopefully they can come back when the crowds are allowed back in and watch you out on the pitch.
Yeah, they'll definitely be here.
And just finally, what are some of the aims which you've got now for the season ahead? What are you hoping to achieve in your first season as a professional footballer?
It'll just be getting trainers out as I can, get the gaffer to notice me, and really challenge whoever's playing at top and starting, and hopefully get onto the bench and get a few starts in League Two.
Well, best of luck with it, right?
Thank you.